Hello to my two comic book readers out there, Mike from Frontline here, and welcome everybody to my Duel comic book review. In this review, I'm reviewing two comic books from two sort of same but different companies, and the books I will review as followed. On this side, from Marvel Max Comics, we have Punisher the Platoon, issue number 2, and on this side, from All New All Different Marvel, The Punisher, issue number 17. So, two Punisher books. That's why I'm wearing this shirt right here. So, I'm going to start off with Punisher the Platoon, issue number 2 from Marvel Max Comics. And just want to leave a disclaimer out here. If you can see right here, it says explicit content, like it did for issue number 1. Because, yes, there is violence, but there's also swearing as well. Which I did not expect there to be in this comic, but, okay. So, from last issue, it talked about how these guys were at a bar talking about Frank Castle was in the army and stuff like that. So it started off as that again, where it talks about this guy they interviewed called Geek or something. And, you know, it was just like a little bit boring in the beginning and stuff like that. But, because they were during the Vietnam War and stuff like that. And, then we get into his past story with some artwork. It's pretty okay, not good, not bad, pretty okay. And it talks about how they're waiting for someone to strike, and they actually did get that way when somebody shot at them. And what they really want to figure out is that the first man Frank Castle ever killed is what they're really focusing on, because, you know, like, this was before he became the Punisher, before his family died and everything else, so this was way before that. And then we get to where Brother Colonel and whatchamacallit, and that they were looking over the attacks and stuff like that, and Sister Lee was there as well, and she's just like saying, you know, that this man has many good qualities and stuff like that, and you know, Haram is like saying that there was nothing wrong with it at all and stuff like that. So he's like telling her that your journey is to kill Americans, and you want to kill Americans, right? Then this will be a long battle in a long war for all that stuff to happen. So, as they were talking, it was just more along lines of, you know, where Frank Castle was trying to settle everything that's going on with all the fights, and it just gets very, very brutal for all that. And I mean, it was just like really long dialogue of that, where, you know, we just find out this was the first time Frank Castle actually went to, you know, with killing someone and opened fire as well. And with the whole platoon, they made it for that much. But now, Frank Castle's like saying, you know, what happens now is hard to say. Either they'll be evacuated or ordered to hold. And if they hold, there'll probably be a siege. Like in a castle, as a question mark, which is to be continued. And I believe there's a preview cover. Oh yeah, well, there's this for the next Punisher Platoon, issue number 3. So, for this one, like, I would say that I would give this an average rating, once again, a 3 out of 5 stars, because it's really just, I mean, you gotta read this comic book just to see more of what I'm talking about, because there's just a lot involved, but maybe as the issues continue, maybe it'll get a little bit better, I don't know, but that's why I give an average rating of 3 out of 5. Okay artwork, and a pretty good story. Maybe they could move a little bit forward from it, but I'll look into the next issue just to see how that goes. Now, from All New All Different Marvel, we have The Punisher, issue number 17, which sadly is the final issue of The Punisher. And also, for all 17 issues said this is parental advisory, not for kids, because there is blood and gore and everything, so something that the kids shouldn't see, more of like an adult read, so just something not for the kids to see. So I didn't even know that the issue 17 was going to be the last issue of the Punisher, because then it's going into, I'll get to that in the end actually. So starts off where last time Face was on the big screen and the Punisher was with the police guard who actually found him. And it starts off where Face is killing people. And I won't show artwork with blood or gore, so I'll try not to show that. Yeah, like this picture over here. Artwork in this is good. I like the artwork that's shown in this. And the Punisher somehow escaped from the policeman to find out where Face is. So he goes to the front house where he meets up with two people, Mandy and Lance. Lance was very annoying in this issue. Like, Lance is like saying, oh, I have this camera right here and I'm doing a documentary, so I have to see where you're going and what you're doing and stuff like that. Kind of creepy, but yeah. So he's like saying, just stay out of my way and be quiet. That's what Frank Castle, or the Punisher, told Lance. Because Mandy doesn't really like him, because he's that annoying. So as the documentary is going on, Mandy's actually talking about what Face was doing, and there were screams, and this guy is being a monster, killing everyone. So the Punisher goes into the theater where he encounters with Face, who attacked Lance and Mandy first. And he tries to get him with the gun, and they fight with each other, and it just gets very chaotic. And I liked how Mandy actually helped the Punisher with helping fight against him with just throwing a pipe and stuff like that. And Face like saying, ah, that's the spear I was looking for, that's the Punisher I wanted to fight, and all that. So there was that. And then as he's going after Face, Lance helped him too, like saying, you know, behind him and stuff like that. So, and Face is like saying, we'll have this act called A World Without the Punisher and stuff like that. And as Face almost was winning, the Punisher got him, and then Face actually got the real, let's just say it ended very bloody with the whole two things that were going round and round. Yeah, very, very bloody. So, after all that, when the whole documentation happened, like, Punisher was, like, telling Lance, you know, I've got a great idea for the first scene that I'm going to need your help with. And what he does is he makes Lance as the Punisher, and the cop's, like, saying, you know, like, freeze and everything, and the guy's, like, saying, come on, guys, it was a joke. So they took him in, thinking that that was the guy they saw in the first place. And Mandy was like saying, you want to have this camera? And he's like saying, nah, just keep it as a souvenir. And it's time you start directing instead. And then it ended like this. And when I turned the page, I was looking at this, I'm like saying, wait, why are they showing all the comic covers of that? And I read it, and it's just saying, there you have it, a big scenario to an epic run of the Punisher. And I was like, really? I mean, I guess so, because next month, Legacy begins in Punisher issue number 218, which, yes, I will be reviewing on Comic Frontline, because we are covering the Marvel Legacy tie-ins and stuff. From there, I don't know, but I hope to enjoy that read and review it. But this, everybody, a rating I give for this, I mean, last issue, I'm going to say 4.5 out of 5, and as the whole series, I give between a 4.5 to 5 out of 5. Great issue, a great way to end the whole Punisher run. Sadly, it's come to a close, but, you know, all things have to come to an ending sometimes. But I really enjoyed reading this, and if you guys want to pick up a trade paperback of this, I would say absolutely you should. It was really awesome. I enjoyed reading this, and I'll see, like I said, how Legacy goes for that one. So that'll be all for that. And that is all for my dual review of Punisher the Platoon, issue number 2, and the Punisher, issue number 17. Two really great books. I would recommend more to get this over this, but that's just my opinion. Your opinions could differ as well, but that's my opinion for that. And before I go, don't forget to check out the source of ComicFrontline.com, SoulfulPodcast.com, and the YouTube game channel Frontline Gaming Zone, where you know one source for comic and game-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. Click that subscribe button so it'll be in your subscription box. You won't miss out on any videos I will upload daily. And leave your comment sections about which do you think was greater. Do you think this was greater than this, or vice versa, even, or whatever there is for that? Or if you picked up these books, questions, or anything else you have to say, please feel free to leave in the comment section. I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. And to all you comic book readers out there, Mike from Friend saying take care. Happy Hallows Eve today, because today is the 30th, so tomorrow, one day before Halloween. And as always, don't forget to keep watching. Later, everybody.